My neighbor was just walking by my door and I very clearly am filming, so awkward. Hello everybody. Welcome to the first episode, as I filmed this 105 times. Oh my god, I'm looking sweaty. Makeup. She needs a pat down. Welcome to the very first episode of... Oh, I'm not wearing the right shirt. Hang on a second. Let's fix that, shall we? Ooh, there it is. Welcome to the first episode. We're going to be reviewing Spongebob episodes, as you can tell by the theme. For those of you who have not lived in a pineapple under the sea, SpongeBob is the greatest show of all time. For those of you that weren't allowed to watch SpongeBob as kids, how are you holding up? I'm going to start this episode off with the infamous chocolate episode. Now, I do want to preface that I have not seen this episode in a very long time. So the way that I'm doing this is I'm doing live reactions with you. The Chocolate with Nuts episode, season 3, episode 12. Let's go! So this episode starts, SpongeBob is waiting in the mailbox, which proportionally, I don't understand that. Pops out. He's going through the mail, Gary, and then he's like, oh, what's this? They come across Fancy Digest. It is a magazine that showcases entrepreneurs. And then SpongeBob and Patrick are like, hey, we should do that. What should we sell? Patrick says, chocolate bars. I saw Richie's got a swimming pool inside a swimming pool. I like that scene because it shows like literally a blow-up pool and like a regular pool. And like, I feel like that's pretty attainable. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, not in this economy. So SpongeBob and Patrick get a shit ton of chocolate bars. They're ready to sell. Go to the first guy.
Chocolate? Did you say chocolate?
Yes, sir. With or without nuts.
Chocolate? Chocolate! Chocolate! Chocolate!
That's what makes SpongeBob SpongeBob. It's a bunch of consecutive jokes that don't make any sense, but we are led to believe that that is reality and that that's just the way things are. And we just simply graze over it like, oh, that makes sense. It doesn't. None of it does. And then it keeps building on things that don't make sense. And that is the funniest shit to me. I think Steven Hillenburg, God rest his soul, but he's a fucking genius. So second door they go to is another salesman. And he's like, you can't carry your chocolate like that. Which, to be fair, if somebody showed up at my door with chocolate in their ass melting, I wouldn't buy it either. Why they didn't think to like have a wagon or something? Isn't that like what Girl Scouts use? Like a wagon to carry all their cookies or something? Ironically, of course, they end up buying these candy bar bags from the salesman. I love that it's just the continuity of like, of course we need these individual bags for every candy bar. Why wouldn't you like sell the bag with the candy bar? Then they go to the next house. It's the same salesman. Hey, didn't we just see you? No. But you guys have a lot of bags there. You need my candy bar. What was I saying? Candy bar bag carrying bags. So then when they go to the next house, they're trying to get this woman a candy bar. It's like a Russian doll. Just, they couldn't find one for her. Also, I would like to highlight the Fancy Living song.
And then here we come.
I also like that Patrick stands there, does nothing, and plays with his pants zipper, with his pants off. Again, it just doesn't make sense, but we're left to believe that this is a natural reaction. This is so normal. This is totally something somebody like Patrick would do in this situation to help. So they go to the diner to re-strategize. Patrick throws the idea out that maybe they should get naked. SpongeBob says, let's save that for when they're selling real estate. Is there something there that I'm missing? Is that like, and when did they like have the idea to sell real estate? See, this is the thing. If I start to question things, I go down this rabbit hole of asking too many questions and it's not that deep. But Hence why we make the videos, right? So they're feeling really defeated after the last house, and they're walking around and they're like, why is this not working? And then they see a billboard for kelp chips, and it's like, they're delicious. And SpongeBob says, they most certainly are not. And then Patrick says, not the way I use them. But, like, do you crunch them up and put them on a sandwich? Or are you shoving them up your butt? Is that just me being gross? Now I'm really starting to question myself. But he would have said, not the way I eat them. He said, not the way I use them. Implying that they are delicious in another fashion. We'll leave that one to the imagination. I'm not going there. So they get the idea, hey, we just have to stretch the truth, just like they did with the kelp chips. Then the chocolate guy comes in again. He came in another time too when they were like talking to that other woman. All right, y'all. This is it. I'm just going to send it right on over.
Yes? Hello, young lady. We're selling chocolate. Is your mother home? Mom! What? What's all that yelling? You just can't wait for me to die, can you? They're selling chocolate. Chocolate? Yeah! What are they selling? Chocolates! What? Chocolate! I can't hear you! They're selling chocolate! They're selling chocolate? Yeah! Chocolate. I remember when they first invented chocolate. Sweet, sweet chocolate. I always hated it. Oh, but this chocolate's not for eating. It's for...
You rub it on your skin, and it makes you live forever.
No. Live forever, you say? I'll take one. Come on, you lazy Mary. Start rubbing me with that chocolate. I hate you.
This whole scene is comedy gold, okay? And you can't convince me otherwise. And people that don't know how to reference this specific scene, shame on you. Shame on you.
Oh, I remember chocolate.
The mom, the very old wrinkly mom, was like, they're selling chocolate? Yeah, what are they selling? Like, didn't you just say it? You were there. You were right there. On the money. And then just, they realized that by lying to these old women, saying, hey, if you rub it all over your body, it'll make you live forever. They bought it. So they continue to lie to everybody around Bikini Bottom, giving them very, very false, completely untrue advertising. I really want to pay homage. Ew. Patrick is like, hey, it'll keep you from getting less ugly. And it's to a guy that literally looks like him. Also, is that not his, like, dad from another episode? That same shirt. Is that not the same one his dad wears in that one episode where he thinks those are his parents? And then they're not. And then his actual parents come. Isn't that what his dad is wearing? Am I wrong? Boys have been lying all day, selling chocolate, and then they come up with this plan to pretend like they need surgery. And so they go to the next house, and they're like, oh, this will get this guy so good, until this guy comes out in way worse shape. That is when things took a turn. Oh my God. We do eventually learn that this is the con man, but it's so funny that he's like, ugh. He just plays the part so well. Some guys have all
the luck. I was born with glass bones and paper skin. Every morning I break my legs, and every afternoon I break my arms. At night, I lie awake in agony until my heart attacks put me to sleep.
So dumb. Also, why would you live underwater if you had paper skin? Have you ever burped and like the essence of your burp just like got caught in your throat and it made you cough? That's what just happened to me. I really do it to myself.
Chocolate! No, don't hurt us! No, please don't hurt me, please!
Finally! I've been trying to catch you boys all day! Now that I've got you right where I want you, I'd like to buy all your chocolate.
Thank you for your patronage.
I kind of love that they're making this guy so crazy about chocolate, but also, like, why does he want their chocolate specifically? Like, could you not just go to the store and get your own? But we don't need to talk about that. The boys make a shit ton of money. They sold all the chocolate. They have a wheelbarrow full of money, and they're like, what do we spend it on? They rented out the entire fancy restaurant, and I do mean fancy. That is the name of said restaurant. And it looks fancy, so, you know, has a theme, I suppose.
So, how long have you two ladies known each other? What? What did he say?
I love that. I love that. I really love when comedy makes a callback. And even if the joke didn't make sense to begin with, well, I guess this one did, though, because she's old as shit. But I love callbacks. I think that it's something in comedy that is, it's a very intelligent comedy in my eyes. And that's the end of the episode. That is the end of Chocolate with Nuts. One of my favorite episodes. I feel like I should rate the episodes as far as, like, my likability. This one, pretty iconic. I'm gonna go very funny too. I was about to say 8 out of 10, but I feel like that's low for this episode. Damn. How many Patrick stars out of 10 would I give this episode? I want to give it a 9 out of 10. I feel like this is like prime SpongeBob comedy. It's a classic. It's iconic. It has unforgettable lines in it. People quote it all the time. Maybe even, do I go 10 on the first episode? But but what would make it more perfect, you know? I don't think anything. I think it was so wonderful exactly the way it was. I'm sitting here contemplating with myself on how to rank this. This episode is truly iconic. I guess that would be my only qualm with this episode, is that there's not a whole lot of Squidward. Now, I know at the end he's like, hey, table for one, and then they're like, sorry, no. And then he, like, it's his magazine, so that's what snowballs this. But I do love episodes with Squidward. I'm going against my better judgment. Final answer, 9 out of 10. The only issue I have with it is that Squidward isn't in it more. And that's my personal bias because I love Squidward. You know what? In the comments, put how many Patrick stars out of 10 you would like to rate this episode. And I'll go with the top comment. How about that? How about that? I don't get to rate the episodes. You do. Because clearly, I can't make a fucking choice. Well, that's it for this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched all the way through, I don't know how long this episode is going to be. Guess we're going to find out when I edit. If you could please like, subscribe, comment, reply. I actually would love you to comment. Please comment what you think this episode is out of 10. I'll make that kind of like a thing with the episodes. You know, we'll rate the SpongeBob episodes out of 10. I will put my links in the description below if you would like to follow on other socials. But yeah. Thanks for watching. Peace!